This is a Lakota language activity telling somebody to go and get something for the Oglala Lakota County School District, teachers, parents, and staff. This is going to be Lakota language 3 and 4. Simply because we're going to be using some different ways that may be a little more advanced to tell somebody to go and get something. But it can be used from maybe fourth grade introduced and up to the college level. So the setup, you discover that you are out of something at home, some ingredient, some food, drink, whatever. So you want to send somebody to the store to get it. So this activity, we're going to introduce a different sentence structure. And so this is why we're putting it a little bit higher, because the students should have previously been taught easier ways to say this or to express this. So examples of some easier ways: asampi hunch iachu oyaki hihe. Can you get some milk? Asampi opcheatron oyaki hihe. Can you buy some milk? Okay, so those are just a little bit easier, and we're going to be introducing something different. And what we're going to be introducing is this prefix hiyó. Hiyó is to go after something, to get something. So we're going to prefix it to our coming and going verbs. So the verbs that we're going to be using is la, you are going, bla, naish ble, I'm going. So the setup, you're going to review all the food items. And it doesn't have to be food. We're just using food. And it can be whatever kind of items you want to do. You're going to put all the props on the table on one side of the room. That's going to represent the store. You're going to call on a student to stand beside you and send them to the table, which is the store, to pick up an item. So you're going to set several groceries. Maybe the younger the students are, only use 2 or 3. And then up to high school or college, put a lot more on there. So these are going to be the items at the store. So it's important that you don't use this activity to teach names of items. So they should know what they're going after. So the teacher, you're going to, once you have that student beside you, you're going to tell them, asampi hunch hiyó la oyaki hihe. Can you go get some milk? Asampi hunch hiyó la oyaki hihe. The students are going to reply, asampi hunch hiyó bla oyaki hihe. Yes, I can go get some milk. So that's the dialogue. So you want every student to reply in that same way, whatever you're asking them to go get. Student's going to walk up to the table, pick up the item, and return back to the teacher or the parent if you're doing this with your own kids. And they're just going to say, wana wagali. Okay, I'm back now. I'm home now. Wana wagali. Okay, so once the student has replied, if you want to add to the dialogue, especially when you're doing this with maybe like the older kids or even college level, right? When you're asking kind of older teens or something to run to the stores, sometimes they might have their own car, or they have their driver's permit, and you want to tell them, like, don't be cruising around, don't be going trying to visit everyone. So after they reply with asampi hunch hiyó bla oyaki, then you can add to it, in a fun way, kind of joking around. You could say either kakpia kuo, come straight back, or you could say och anko ya glihonio, like hurry up and come back. And then another one, like you want to tell them, don't be trying to go visit your friends or whatever. Tukteni inajishno. Don't be trying to stop anywhere. And maybe because you need that ingredient to finish your whatever you're cooking or something, you could add in echane chip. We want to eat soon. So you're giving them, added dialogue to emphasize, like, go and get that and then come right back. Okay, so once they have that down, you can send them after more than one thing. So, for example, if you can send them after eggs and milk, so you can say "Oitka na asampi hiola oyaki." Can you go get some eggs and milk? They're gonna say, asampi na oitka hiobla awaki. They're gonna go and get both those items. When they come back, wana wagle. I'm back now. I'm home now. So for the final step of it, go over to the table, take a few items away. Then you're going to send them after one thing that you know is not there. So example, if you removed something from that table, send them after that, right? And then something that is there. So if you send them after bread and eggs, they're going to go to the table, they're going to get the bread, and they're going to see there's no eggs there. So they will return with just that one object. So they're going to come in, they're going to say, wana wagle. All right, I'm back now. Then they're going to tell you, witka kasotapi. They were out of eggs. So they is referring to the store. Or they can say witka waniche. There were no eggs. So you can have them respond to that to be able to tell like there wasn't any of that stuff there that you asked for. Okay, for the older kids or college, you can explain the command endings that we were giving. So we is the female singular command ending. So that's spoken by the female teacher or parent. Wo is the male singular command ending. And we use those when the last word ends in a o, u, or un. So these were some of the sentences that we used. You can see kakpia ku wo comes straight back. So you can see it ends in a u, in a u. So the female would say kakpia kue. All right, another way, mas opie ki ektayina sampi honch aku. All right, so that is using we and wo. So always look at what the last word is and what it ends in. The other way that we used is ye and yo. Ye, the female singular command ending. Yo, the male singular command ending. So when you're telling one person. So we're going to use ye and yo when the last word doesn't end in a o, u, or un. So, for example, we use tukteni inaji shnio. Tukteni inaji shnio. A female would say tukteni inaji shnie. Don't stop anywhere. So you can see that ends in an I, not a o, u, or un. So here's some alternative ways. Once they get that down, then you can give them different commands, a different way to say it. You can say, so the first way we're doing it is more asking them to go and get it. This is a kind of a command to go and get it. So, mas opie ki ekta yena asampi honch akuo. Go to the store and bring back some milk. So, and if you want to break it down for them, for the older kids, ku is to return here, to come back here. We put that A in front of it. It means to return here, come back here with something. and then the something is what we're telling them to get. So we're not really using the word buy or anything. We're just telling them to go and get something. To buy it is understood. Now, another way that you might hear some speakers say it, they might not use ye, which is the third person, but ne. So they could say masope ke ektanina asampe ho kakuo. Go to the store and bring back some milk. So either way is correct.